and I would like people to appreciate my curiosity for the unknown. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny. For today's video, I don't know why, I was just thinking about bread the other day.
I love bread.
You know how when you're eating bread and you look at it and you feel it and it's really squishy, and then sometimes, like when you were a kid, you would play with it and like ball it up at the table while your parents were talking, and you would roll it up in a ball, and then it would get a lot smaller, definitely a lot smaller than the slice you had, but yet it's the same amount of bread if you were to eat it, just a lot smaller than the slice of bread. I feel like this is a video that a lot of people can relate to once you understand what it is, and maybe a lot of you have been curious about, and I certainly have been curious about it. So I decided to just try it, film it, and have the results here so nobody else has to ever be curious about it. Now you wanna know what it is? Okay, fine, I'll tell you. See this loaf of bread here? This loaf of bread has 22 slices in it. I'm gonna shrink this loaf of bread, put it back in this bag, and see how small I can get it. There are a couple ways I can go about doing this, and I've thought about it. Believe me, I've thought about it. And I think the route I'm gonna go is, I'm gonna decrust the slices, then I'm going to make the actual bread that's not in the crust as small as possible, and then make the crust as small as possible, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is a science experiment. I'm a freaking scientist right now, and you're gonna get to witness this for the first time with me when you watch this video. So that's pretty exciting. All I know is I've been waiting to film this video, and today is the day. Let's do this. First, I'm going to decrust the bread. And I think I will make a pile of the crust here. You can hear my dog honking. All right, I have to go get her. She's pitching a fit. 1 second. This is not part of the experiment. Okay, I'm back. You can't have any of this bread. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
This video is gonna be the best video since sliced bread. Oh God, kill me, okay. The crust is the part that's gonna really get me. But why though? If you really think about crust, like, is crust toasted bread? Because like this had to bake, right? So why, is it just thicker? Okay, that was the dumbest thing I've ever said. Is crust toasted bread? So I've decrusted about half the loaf of bread right now. And I'm going to include every bit of this bread in my experiment. So nothing is gonna be left out, save for a few crumbs that might fall. But I'm being very careful to include everything. So once the experiment's over, you can be assured that it will, in fact, be the entire loaf of bread. I'm not gonna play any tricks on you, no pranks here. I'm only bringing you honest content that you didn't ask for, but that you secretly wanted, because come on, I'm not the only one who's thought about this. I can't be, you know what I mean? You know, other YouTubers are really good at like DIYs and arts and crafts. I mean, let's see, like I can follow simple instructions. I mean, I'm gonna be doing Vlogmas, and I've got quite a few craft videos planned for Vlogmas, spoiler alert, but I'm not crafty in the sense that, I don't know, that I could make like a floral arrangement look like Tom Petty. I mean, I can't do that. I once saw Tom Petty. I went to a taping of Saturday Night Live, he was there. He was with the Heartbreakers. They sang Last Dance with Mary Jane. It was pretty fantastic. Oop, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. It's part of the experiment. Oh, phew. We almost got part of a crust eaten, and that would have like made this a little less accurate. If you're a scientist and you want to write a research paper on this, you're more than welcome to. Please cite your source. I have a feeling these are about to topple over. I did not do this on a big enough surface. Yeah, I definitely didn't do this on a big enough surface. Oh, this is gonna fall. Stay, stay, stay. Okay, so this is all the bread I've left to do. There's 4 pieces here left to do. I need to find a place to put them though, because they're totally gonna fall. You know what, actually, I'm putting this on my lap. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. The dog's not getting it. I'm gonna take my empty bag. Right now, I'm just gonna fill it with the crust because we'll deal with the crust later. I just need this surface, and I think it'll be a lot easier to see everything and less chaotic if it's like a clean surface. Some YouTubers are really good at makeup. Some are great at hair. I'm really good at throwing on a hat and glasses and doing science experiments that don't fall. All right, and then I'm gonna take the 2 end pieces and put them on top of the crust. So as you can see, like I promised, that was close. This is just a bag of crust and the 2 end pieces. They will be dealt with later. I've got to finish these. All right, I have decrusted all the bread. Now I'm just taking these extra crusts from those last 4 pieces and putting them in the bag. I guess with any kind of science experiment, I should have paper towel fill over. I should have a hypothesis. I hypothesize I can shrink this entire loaf of bread, which filled up this bag, to not be any like more than here. I think I can get it to be smaller than thiamine, which is 3.5 inches. Now I've decided what I'm going to do is ball these suckers up and just squeeze, get it just literally as small as my hands can make it. This is like a good stress relief. If you're feeling stressed, holy crap, just squeeze some bread. It's really cool and it feels like dough, like Play-Doh almost, but bread. There's some kids screaming outside my townhouse. Do they not know I am busy right now, entertaining the masses? This is taking a lot longer than I thought. I don't know why in my head I pictured this being like a really quick experiment. Scientists, you can write that down. It does take a little longer than expected. I don't know if this would be the same with wheat bread or like a heartier bread. As far as wasting this bread, no, I'm not gonna eat it. I can't eat bread like this because I can't have gluten. And also I've had my hands all over it. And you think I washed my hands before this? No. Also, I'm not gonna take this to like the lake because I don't think you're really supposed to feed ducks bread. I think it's not good for them. I think you're supposed to feed them like stuff ducks eat. All right, almost done smushing. Here we have 20 slices of bread rolled up into balls. And then I've got to do the 2 end pieces, which will top it at 22. Already, I'm kind of thinking my hypothesis is wrong. This is going to be a little bigger than I thought, but I mean, I've significantly reduced the bread quantity. These definitely aren't getting as small. Man, this is so therapeutic. So for comparison, this was the end piece, and this is one of the other pieces. So it's like twice the size. Squeezing like this is like some calisthenics that I'm feeling the burn. Now, we've got all the bread, it's time to do the crust. Now I was trying to figure out the best way to do the crust. I think I should just take like small handfuls like this and start squeezing. Let me just see what happens when I squeeze this. These don't want to stay together like the others did. The crust is gonna be a little more messy. Oprah would love this video.
This is the joy for me.
She loves bread.
I love bread.
If you know Oprah, send her this video, please. Send it to any bread lovers, you know what I mean? If you love bread, you've probably wondered how small a loaf of bread can get. If you've got a significant other or somebody you want to be a significant other and you're trying to impress them by like your interests and your knowledge, send them this video because then they'll know you have a thirst for knowledge. You have a thirst for wondering how the world works and how things work and what happens when you do certain things. And I would like people to appreciate my curiosity for the unknown. I still have a lot of crust left. I think I underguessed how big this would be. I honestly thought this would reach up no more than thiamine, but it might go up to like potassium on the nutrition label. right, we're nearing the bottom of the bag of crust. I'm just gonna hang in there a little bit longer. Okay, so here now we have 22 slices of bread reduced to this. And now we've got to get them as small as possible and put them in here. So I'm gonna give them an extra squeeze and start putting the balls in. Good call on the paper towel, Jenny, because this is a lot of crumbs. So my battery died, I had to reset this, but you know what? It's a good thing I did, because when I stood up, I noticed that this had fallen on the floor. We've got another ball here, baby. And actually this ball is good to kind of get the crumbs, and also to my dog who wasn't paying attention.
Sucker, you missed out.
All right, so now I'm going to funnel the crumbs in here. Then we've got the bread tie. Not only am I going to give it a final squeeze, I'm gonna sit on it. At 110 pounds, oh my God, I think my experiment works. And voila, I made a loaf of bread as small as I could possibly make it. My initial guess was that I was gonna have it go up to about thighman. If you hold this up, where is it? Thighman is right here. So I wasn't too off. I think officially, if I roll this here, it's about at riboflavin, which is one line down from thiamine. So, I mean, come on. But we all know a loaf of bread sits like this, so this is more accurate. Squeezing the extra air out. And there we have it. I feel very satisfied knowing the answer to that question of how small can I get a loaf of bread. The visual image I had was a lot different, but you know what? This is how you learn. You just do. And with that, that's all for this video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and like this video if you liked it. What else? I am going to be participating in Vlogmas this year, starting December 1st. Until then, have the best day of your entire life, and I will see you whenever I decide to film a new video. All right, whatever, bye. Why is the camera so far freaking away?